Rosh Tzurim. Yeah, Rosh Tzurim. Rosh Tzurim. Rosh Tzurim.
Can you, sorry, just for my own education, the difference between the kibbutz and the moshavs is
The
one
kibbutz is more communal.
communal.
Moshav is a little bit more like normal living, but some communal aspects. Kibbutz is like all communal aspects. Like some of them, they don't even have money on the kibbutz. They use some kind of internal thing. Okay, let's take a look. I'm not going to stop here. No, that's so pushing out. I want you to take a look here. We're not going to come out of the car for a second. Just want you to see something, because we're going to stop at another one. This is a Roman mile marker.
Yep.
This is Roman mile marker 11 from Jerusalem. It's literally a Roman road here from 2,000 years ago. So this is number 11, which means it's 11 Roman miles from Jerusalem. And these guys were so serious that they made this every single mile. We'll see another one in a little bit.
Super random historical question. How did they measure a mile?
Yeah.
Do you have any idea?
It's not exactly like our American mile.
Sure, but I mean, in any like distance at all, how did they measure it?
They're really good like that.
Okay.
They were really, really good. They're Romans.
Okay. Sure.
They're really, really good like that. They it's like 1,400 something meters. It's like a specific number. Here's number 11. We'll keep going. But that's just so cool. Like Rome was here. That's like it's cool. And Rome was here when there was a second temple here. And as a lapsed Catholic, you know, it's like, you know, that's how did they say in The Simpsons when BC became AD?
Or CE now, right?
Right. We say CE. That's right. That's right. We say CE, Common Era.
Yeah.
And we say BCE, before the Common. Yep. You see the Simpsons episode on visiting Israel? It's a great
I haven't seen very many episodes at all.
Yishai, very just casual question here.
Go ahead.
So, slang-wise, whenever we're talking with friends, we usually just say like Jesus, right? When we're like trying to convey some. What do you guys say that's an equivalent?
What?
Do you guys ever like? So we'll say something like Jesus Christ or something, right? When we're exasperated.
We don't use that term.
Right. Exactly. So is there something
he happens to be my uncle or something, but you know, but it's not a it's not a term we use because we are not into Christian texts, and we see no holiness in them, and you know the Christian places are not meaningful to us, and what the Christians call the so-called New Testament is not our Testament. So we have, you know.
But there's no like common slang you guys say amongst friends that's the equivalent of that.
Of course we do.
Because I've been told that.
Like what? Like
I've been lied to that oy vey is a term that is very Jewish.
Oy vey is a term, but not in Israel.
Okay.
It's a Jewish term where people still speak a little bit more Yiddish. So oy vey, it's like
Oy vey is like a boot. There's not very many Canadians that say that. Or at least I haven't encountered them. Does anybody
They say it. They do say it.
Very few.
Boot, yeah.
Very few say a boot.
Yeah. No, oy vey say it in New York, but in Israel, what do we say? We have a lot of terms that we use like that. You're looking for a slang term that's like...
Yeah, we got called a few slangs, but I'm trying to think of the one you don't say to other people. You're just saying it out of exasperation, you know?
Sometimes we say Ya Allah, which is the Arabic, which is like, oh God. Ya Allah, we say.
Not Ya Elohim?
Well, we don't say that. We say Ya Allah, like that's an Israeli... Remember, this is the Middle East.
Yeah.
So we sometimes borrow their terms.
I didn't know that Hebrew people swear in Arabic as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wow, so you're stealing the land and your
Arabic
language.
is a close language to ours.
Yeah.
And that's something that's never said. Nobody ever says that. Like Arabic and us is not that different. It's an important point, you know? Because once you say that, then you're like, oh, the Jewish people are not like some kind of white colonialists. We're actually a Semitic people with a Semitic language. We are like from here. Our history is from this region. Not just Israel. It's from Iraq, from Syria, from Lebanon. I know plenty of Iraqi, Syrian, Lebanese Jews, Yemenite Jews. It's important to kind of remind people that like our famous philosopher Maimonides wrote in Arabic. So it's an important like consciousness that Arabic is not so far away from us. You know?
Sure. What is it? Sorry, go ahead.
There's a question I like to ask most people I talk to here. We were looking over Kfar Etzion earlier.
Yeah.
Historically, what do you think is the worst thing that Palestinians or Arabs have ever done to Israelis, like as a historical event?
Well, October 7th is a pretty good one. You know, it's a pretty big one. Listen, they've made countless wars against us in various ways, intifadas. You know, I mean, is that really like a fair question? Because it's like every person that was murdered is a whole world. So, you know, every individual murder has changed the lives of families and ended a life, and so, you know, there's been a lot of that. And there was, you know, in the early 1900s, you know, they killed a whole motorcade of ambulances and killed the doctors and nurses, 70 of them. There's been a lot of stuff.
That's all right.
Yeah, there's been a lot of stuff. There's been what about the bombings? What about the Dolphinarium when, you know, 20, you know, kids were killed, and the various terrors, the Ma'alot terror when children were murdered, I think 23 or something like that. And, you know, it's been so, it's you know, I don't know if I could pick out one and be like, this was their epic thing. Of course, you know, murdering 1,200 people in one day was, you know, a massive success for the enemies of Israel. We have to see it that way, which is the bad guys got the better of us. I don't know. I never thought of it in those terms, but really it's an ongoing 100-year conflict, and we're going to continue to fight them and continue to eke out our existence in this place. That's what it is.
What about the other way around? What do you think what's the worst thing you think Israelis have ever done to Palestinians or Arabs?
You want me to tell you what I really think the worst thing we ever did?
It was not being aggressive enough.
That's right. And it's definitely empowering the PA. That was the worst thing we ever did to them.
Really?
That was the worst thing we ever did to them. We brought Yasser Arafat to rule the Arabs. That was bad. We're going to stop here for just 1 second. I just want you to take a look at something very special along this road. Let's pop out.